Hi everybody, this is Liz with 143 Handmade. I'm just here working on my Halloween junk journal today. So there's a little bit of a debate out there about what is a junk journal, and is it still a junk journal if you use printables? I say yes if you mix it with other things, like if you mix it with upcycled materials. So I just started working on this one. I just finished it up, and I just started working on installing my pockets. Back here I have 3 signatures. The back 2 signatures I imagine are more for writing in. This is more for doodling or writing a good Halloween story, something like that. I did not print any of my pages back to back, but that would have been an excellent idea. If you just print your pages, print part of your pages and then put them back in your printer the other way, so it prints on the back. And then that way you've got dual-sided papers. I definitely should have done that. Still, still learning, still getting into the swing of things, that sort of thing. But, here we go. This is the other signature back here. And this is another great way to fill in the space, just so that way you've got something on there. So just take a stencil and just put a little bit of ink on the page. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be a lot. So, lots and lots of space for writing. And I even have different textures thrown in here, of paper into the writing area. And then up here, I did stick with mostly stronger papers, if that makes sense, like things like cardstock, heavyweight book page, that sort of stuff, because how I like to do my journals in this situation is to have the writing section in the back, but then also have the section in the front where I can add, like, in this case, because it's Halloween, I can add things like candy wrappers or a bit of trim from the costume, things like that might have a little bit of bulk to them, but you still want to keep them. You still want to keep track of them. You want them to be in the book. I have all of those things in the front in heavier pockets, and on heavier paper, that sort of thing. So that way it can handle it, you can put a lot more in. Like, this is some really heavy cardstock. I don't know what poundage it is, because I tend to bring stuff home and take it out of the package and put it into my working stash, as opposed to keeping it in the package, and then I lose the package and lose all that information. And so, and I also get a lot of my supplies from places like the Salvation Army and that kind of stuff. I really like to scour secondhand shops. When I do buy paper new, it's almost always at Hobby Lobby with the 40% off sale going on. So I try really hard not to pay full price for, like, anything. So that's just a little tidbit about me. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of a runny nose, and it's just a little distracting. I'm trying to stay focused, but I'm not sick or anything. It's just allergies, but still. See that, guys? It's just a little too big for that page. That's okay. I have other pages. Yeah, see, here we go. That's another good page. I like that. Let's see, is that just too clashy, or do I want to put it on this page? Because it'll fit on this page either way. Yeah, I think I like it on that side. Just against that red, it just didn't look so good. So, I'm not going to put it there, because that's not what I want to do. It's one of the things I love about making books, because it's, you get to make 50 million decisions, and nothing dramatic's going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, because see, like, as a mom, I'm sure all parents out there, not just as a mom, but like as a parent, that, you make 50 million decisions all throughout your day as the stay-at-home parent, but, like, catastrophe can happen if you grab the wrong cup out at certain phases of kids' life, right? My kids are grown, they're in their 20s now, but still, like, it's the joy of being able to make 50 million decisions and the freedom of knowing that nothing bad is going to happen. No, no screaming toddlers. Having that freedom is nice on a level. This is a little thing that I made. Part of that is part in the kit. It does not have the little flanges printed, but I went ahead and left them when I was cutting it so that way I can install this as a pocket. But if I had decided I wanted to use it as a journal card, I could always go back and trim that off. So just a little tidbit there, and that's more glue than I needed, but that was the glue that had already come out. So I'm just going to go ahead and wipe that excess back off of there. There we go. And I don't like to put my pockets like directly on the edge of the paper. Partly because I really like page edge trims and that kind of stuff, and so I like to leave a little room for that. And also because I found that, you know, no matter how careful you are, stuff shifts a little bit because the glue's not 100% dry when you let it go, right? Like, I don't know anybody who does this, any kind of paper grafting, who actually sits there and holds the paper the entire time the glue is drying, right? Like that just, or clamps it, clips it, whatever, you know, every single time. Yeah, see, like I was still just able to shift that just a little bit. And yeah, I'm still going to go ahead and just leave it and move on. But this is the other side of that paper bag, brown paper sack. And see, as I said, I sewed down the middle this way, but then I also sewed down it this way. And then I trimmed this edge so that way this pocket is up. Because I like having stuff stick out of the top of the cup of the books, right? I just think that's super fun. So that is what I've done. So let's see, what else can we add? Let's add in some of our belly bands. Let's do that. Let's see. This looks like a good page for a belly band. I want to put that one on there. I'm not sure. This one might just be a tuckable. I might just leave that guy, you know, like I said, as a tuckable. Ooh, I like that contrast. I think that one's just going to be a tuckable. But really, just like any of these have good contrast on the frames, don't they? Decisions. Okay, this one's the right height, and it was good contrast, so I'm going to save some time and just go with it. Now, because of the way that this is cut out, I am going to put a fair amount of glue on it because I don't want to be fighting those corners. So I want to make sure that my glue line, you know, goes past that, if that makes sense. So that way the area that anything will actually be, you know, tucking in will be in between there. And then I'll just add a little piece of trim or something on the top there because my glue got a little messy. But that's okay, you know, that's okay. That's what trims are for, right? Is to add that little something extra when we need it. Let's see. What other page do we need to put a belly band on? Let's see. Maybe what if I did the angle thing with that one? No, I have to go this way for it to look right. Okay, so to do the angle thing, this is what I have found I like to do, is I like to line it up wherever it's going to go, and then just carefully put the glue. Oh, that was way too much glue because it was too much had come out already. So let me grab a little tissue here and just mop up a little bit of that glue. There we go. Now I smoothed it out. Now I'm not actually touching it to it. There we go. Okay, and I still need more glue a little further out. But see, by putting it along here, instead of trying to put it on the page, I'm not worried about getting it in the wrong spot, you know. And just blot up that little bit of extra. There we go. Yep, there we go. Okay. And you could leave that, you could trim that, you can do whatever you want with that. I think I'll leave it in this case. I am going to trim the top. Well, I don't know, we'll see. But what we can do here is grab this little marker, and because it's orange, once this is glued down, your eye won't even see it. But I can see it to carefully glue this down. There we go, just like that. You guys might not be able to see that, but that's a great little tip, is to go ahead and just use a little mark. Even if you just have a pencil, you know, just use a pencil mark. And you don't have the matching orange pen. That's okay. Just pencil does not show up that much right on the edge of something like that. Pencil will just disappear from the eye because our brain will just read that as shadow. So, there we go. Yeah, I like that. I'll angle it across. Let's see how it looks with the book closed. Yeah, that's still like within it enough. I'm not worried about taking that out. I was thinking I might need to trim that, but no. Don't need to trim it. It's just fine. And let's see, let's go ahead and tuck this right in here. Like so. Yeah, that's super cute. This is a 3-part series, so this first one was just me, you know, kind of showing you the basic construction and installing the pockets. The next one, the next installment, we'll be going through all of these little elements and deciding, you know, what we're actually going to use, what is going to be just pieces for clusters, what's going to be, you know, just tucked in, what is going to be used to make other things, that sort of thing. And then the final video will be the walkthrough, showing you whatever chaos I actually pulled off, you know, whatever chaos I actually did. And thank you so much for joining me, and don't forget to go get your freebies over at my coffee shop. The link will be below. I do know that YouTube has been disabling some links, so you might have to cut and paste it, but it will be down there to cut and paste. I'm not monetized yet, so I can't do the iCard thing that links elsewhere, you know, and there's certain limits to my channel still. But I'm getting close, and I thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys more than I can say. And I will see you guys again soon for part 2. Thank you.